Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Khosi said her truth in the interview she had yesterday, guys. It caused a lot of controversy on social media, especially Twitter. Blue's fans were coming for her. Tati's fans were coming for her as well. It caused a lot of controversy, and I'm here to fill you in. So please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. Now, she talked about the sexual chemistry or the sexual tension she had with Yemi. She said they made out a lot, and sometimes they were very close to, having sex, but they didn't. You get what I'm saying? And she talked about the biggest misconception about her, that she and Yemi had sex but they didn't. And she said it was a lot, and then she was asked to rate the three people she kissed in the house. That's Tabang, Yemi, and Black Boy. And she said Tabang happened to be the best kisser. Yes. And I'm like, okay. Anyway, she said she would like to talk to Yemi and be close to Yemi, or at least be friends with Yemi, because people keep bringing it up, and she's sure people are asking him about her. She would just like for them to be cool and whatnot. And then one of the interviewers asked her about one girl that smashed two guys in the house, and she didn't know the person. So he called his wife. Can you imagine? He called his wife, and on the interview, his wife he put the phone on loudspeaker, and his wife revealed that the person was Nelisa, and that she smashed Emily, and they were speculating that it was Tabang. And Khosi was so sure that it was not Tabang. She's like, no, it's not Tabang. It's not Tabang. And I'm like, okay. Anyways, she moved on to Blue, guys. She moved on to Blue, and she was like, oh, she doesn't care about Blue. To her, Blue doesn't exist. That for her, as long as she doesn't speak to someone, you don't exist to her. You get what I'm saying? That she's surprised that she came out of the house, and she saw that Blue felt like she had something to do with her. She was envious of her, something of that sort. That she didn't have a problem with Blue, or she had a problem, or who she had a problem with was with Yemi, and that's the person she dealt with. That line dealt with. Okay. And yeah, she doesn't have a problem with Blue. And guys, Blue's fans literally came for her, that you can't be saying, oh, you don't care about Blue, or Blue didn't exist to you, when you literally confronted her over a guy. You get a guy that wasn't even your boyfriend, a guy who wasn't committed to you, a guy who didn't like you that much. You get, and you confronted her over that guy. You kept on talking about her. They were bringing receipts, guys, on Twitter. They were bringing receipts of how she was always controlling Yemi. When she told Yemi that if Yemi slept on Blue's bed, she was going to come fetch Yemi. They also put videos where she was having a conversation with Yemi, and Yemi was distracted. He was literally looking at Blue, and she was like, don't look at that girl. So in their defense, they were like, you were bothered about this girl. You were literally bothered. I mean, she was a threat to your relationship. You said so many things about her to Black Boy and to Bang, that she doesn't have a personality, that you won't F with her outside the house, that she's this, she's that, she's a loose girl. I mean, they put out so many receipts. So you're like, okay, fine, if you said these things about her, yes, I mean, Blue said things about you as well, and that's the reason why she's always dismissing questions that concerns you during her interviews. She doesn't care. So when you say you don't care about her, it's like, okay, boy, you really cared about her existence. She was a threat to whatever it is you had She also talked about her boyfriend. She said at first she was thinking, yeah, that was done. She was done with the relationship already because of the things she did in the house. But he was just calm, cool, and collected when she called him, and they had a conversation. Maybe when she's done with her midterms and everything, there's basically room for reconciliation. And she also revealed that the relationship she had with him was an open relationship. It wasn't something too serious. And I'm like, okay. And then she moved to Tati. Yeah, she was asked about the person she disliked in the house, and she said she didn't have anyone in particular, but she was disappointed at the fact that Tati said some things about her in the house. And I'm like, okay. Now, she was asked about the things she heard Tati say, or the clips she watched where Tati said mean things about her, and she said, oh, Tati talked about her looks, using derogatory words. Tati called her a chemical engineer, and Tati's fans, in her defense, said, nah, she didn't actually call her a chemical engineer. It was Blue Ava that said she doesn't do chemical engineering, and not Tati, and that was just like a mix-up here. And she said she didn't see Tati say that. She didn't see a clip of Tati saying that, but it was a comment she saw on social media. So I felt like she should have investigated or done some research. You get what I'm saying? To be sure, like, see a full clip of, you know, Tati saying, oh, she's a chemical engineer and stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? Instead of a comment, because there are lies out there. There are bloggers that are ready to drag each other just so, you know, put things in your head so you have issues with your fellow housemate when it's not even the case. You get what I'm saying? The interviewers were very confused, like what that meant, you know, chemical engineering. From my perspective, I feel it had to do with her looks. Yes, Khosi is fair and she's dark, and in her throwback pictures she looks dark, so people were speculating that she bleached, and that's the same perspective Blue Ava had. That's why she called her a chemical engineer, because it only takes chemical, you know, that's bleaching cream, for you to change the color of your skin. So that's why she called her a chemical engineer, and that's not, you know, the utterance Tati made, but Blue made that statement. And that, you know, she got offended by that, and she was disappointed because she felt like Tati was a neutral person, like she didn't have anything against her, the same way Khosi herself did not have anything against Tati. That's how she felt. Tati did not have anything against her. But, you know, seeing those comments here and there of others, basically those tweets of, you know, fans saying that Tati said demeaning things about her, it really got to her. And I'm like, okay. Now, she was also asked about Blue, and the interviewer said Blue is in Nigeria with Yemi. Doesn't that bother her? And she said no, it doesn't bother her at all. She actually said, I don't care, guys. And it was interpreted in so many languages. A lot of people were like, girl, you know you care. Stop the cap. You know you care. I mean, they were saying the way she said that I don't care is as if she was angry saying it, you know. And in the same interview, she said she would like to be cool with Yemi. Do you get that kind of thing? And at the same interview, she said there was a sexual, you know, tension or whatever, and they were even telling her, oh, don't you like to explore and everything? And she was like, right, jiggers. People were saying that she's just contradicting herself. You're saying so many things at the same time. You want to talk to Yemi, you want to reach out to Yemi, you liked Yemi in the house because you knelt down for Yemi, you were so into Yemi. Do you get what I'm saying? And you're saying you're not pissed that you know, Blue is with Yemi. That's just pretense. That's what people are saying out there, especially the fans. Now, of course, she saw this comment on social media, especially Twitter, and she responded to it. Okay, let me show you her tweet, guys. Now, here's the tweet she put up after, you know, the interview she had in that podcast caused a lot of controversy on social media. Some of your tweets reveal your IQ. How do you watch that podcast and conclude by saying I have a problem with anyone? Comprehension. Guys, I feel like no matter what happens, there will always be, you know, interpretation in a negative way just to spite or bully the other person. And it's not only from other fan base, you know, to Khosi, it's also from Khosi reigns to other fan base as well. Yes, it's always gonna be there. Even if the person say, I feel like this person is a very nice person, this person has a wonderful personality, there will always be this one person that would go back to what happened in the house and say, it's a lie, you're lying, this and that, you're just cloud chasing with the person's name, there would be this person. So I feel like every housemate should just realize that, you know, there will be these tweets that will not align with whatever it is they say. Do you get what I'm saying? So if they think much of it, you know, I mean, it's just gonna get to them too much. So her fans, I saw some of the tweets, some of her fans were saying, oh, just leave her, just leave them, you know, don't ignore them, basically don't answer them. Some of her fans were saying, no, let her speak once in a while because it's too much. Like, how do you watch that podcast and conclude that, you know, she has a problem with anybody? But I feel like it's the way she said Blue Ava, she doesn't care about Blue Ava. Yes, I feel that's what got, you know, Blue Diamonds exasperated at some point, because you cannot say that you do not care about someone to you, that person doesn't exist, whereas in the house we saw a different ball game altogether. It was, you know, it moved from you confronting her over the guy to you having several conversations with other people about this person, although this person did the same thing, but the fact still remains you did the same thing as well. So it's like, okay, how come you don't care about that person? That person did not exist when that person literally existed. That person was like, you know, your biggest threat in the house. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like that was their, you know, major concern. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, guys. Please keep your comments civil and very constructive. In case you have a contrary opinion to what I just said, please subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and turn on your post notification, guys, to be notified when I post a new video. Okay, guys, let's just be civil in the comment section. I know why I'm saying this. Okay, we do not know this these people. Let's not fight or battle words in the comment section over people that we do not know personally and do not know us personally as well. It doesn't change the fact that although they are now living their real reality, it was a reality TV show we watched, you know, a fiction. Do you get what I'm saying? So let's not think much of it, start insulting our father and mother, start dragging ourselves over these people. I get the whole stance, this person is my favorite, this person is my favorite, but let's just be guided.